We're here on the Industore stand at PPMA Total Show 2025. Job's here to talk to us about this very eye-catching machinery that's in front of us here, and this is all about storage and retrieval systems. Job, tell us a bit about what we're looking at here.
So this is the Lean Lift. This is our vertical lift module, or VLM, sometimes referred to as ASRS, or Automated Storage and Retrieval, as you put it. So essentially what we're doing here is automating the storage and retrieval of products. So this might be critical key parts, this might be end products for the sake of argument. And what's happening is everything is being stored on a very, very condensed footprint, and it's being brought to the user. We call it goods to man or goods to person retrieval.
And in terms of metrics that you would look at here when you're talking about these products, are there things like retrieval time, storage time, how quickly you can get stuff back?
So as is often the case with things like this, it's a nuanced answer, right? So, the taller the machine, the deeper the machine, the heavier the machine, the longer things will take. But ultimately, what you're doing is retrieving things on a very, very quick basis compared to traditional storage. So walking up and down a storeroom for the sake of argument, or reaching up and down shelves. If you compare this to traditional storage, you might have a little man or woman walking around your warehouse looking for a particular part. They might be stretching, they might be sort of reaching down or lifting something heavy, which is no good for ergonomics and is prone to causing injury. It also takes a long while, right? You're sort of stretching or getting a ladder, which all adds to the time that's taken to retrieve something. By comparison, this is usually plugged into an ERP system or warehouse management system, which means the machine actually knows what needs to be picked. You'll be able to see on the screen in front of us here, you're being indicated to pick from a particular location, and there are a number of ways to sort of mitigate any risk to do with that. So you can see the little arrow on the LED screen here saying this is the product that you need. There's also a red dot on the shelf where the item needs to be retrieved from, and it's even giving you information like the number of parts that you need to pick at any time. So it's really every time just ensuring that on a really granular detail, you're never picking the wrong part, and you know exactly what you've got, who took it, when they took it, and what job they took it for.
And in terms of different systems with different capacities, I see you've got a couple of different machines on your stand here at PPMA show. What are we talking about? I mean, this looks quite large front of house. I'm guessing they can be quite extensive kind of backstage as well in terms of what they can store.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously on our stand here, we've got the two sort of demo models. They're the small versions of what we do, right? But ultimately, there's no real limit on what can be achieved. I mean, if you wanted to reach the roof of the NEC here, we could go 20 meters tall. If you wanted something far deeper, far wider, that can handle much heavier storage, we can do that as well. They aren't often in showrooms. However, we are seeing that more and more, particularly as we now brand machines. So we've got a number of customers where they actually brand the machines themselves. So I won't name any particular customers, but they may be sort of a popular energy provider where pink and purple are their prominent colors, and they may have a particular animal that immediately comes to mind.
8 legs, maybe?
Well, I wouldn't say. But the point is, they have these machines in bright pink and bright purple with graphics over them as well. So it just shows that actually, if you did want to make a little bit of fun out of it, if branding was important to you, we are able to accommodate something like that as well.
Well, I tell you what, Tom, come around here because there's another machine that we'll take a look at as well. This slightly wider format machine here. And I have to say, Job, this really resonates with me because when I first started out in industry, it was in data centers back in the 90s where we had similar systems but for tape cartridges, big automated tape libraries, some of which were even larger than this, but essentially doing the same thing, getting and putting tape cartridges, putting them into cassette reading machines for big data, archival, storage, backup, and so on. This is the same sort of stuff, but for physical products.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I think it's worth saying to start with, are you really old enough to have been working in these areas in the 90s?
Yes, sadly I am. Coffee is a miracle, let me tell you that, Job.
So it works on much the same principle, right? You've got a large density of storage on a very small footprint. Slightly different to the first machine we looked at. We call this a rotomat. This is really good for storing very small parts that are relatively consistent in size. So if I just stop the machine here, I'll break the light barrier. Obviously, that's just for safety. But what we're doing here is picking the appropriate item. Again, you're being guided by the instructions on the screen here. You pick the item, register it out, and then tell it to continue. Again, it can be integrated into a WMS system, so you always know what you've got, where it is, and who picked it at various points, which is really, really handy if you've got lots of parts that look the same. Even if things like pilferage are a bit of a problem on your site, you know who's taking what, when they're taking it. Different to the lean lift, the Rotomat doesn't measure the size of the items because we know that it fits inside here. Whereas the lean lift is really good at sort of transforming with business, I suppose. So you can put any product of any size in the lean lift and it'll always measure it as it's taking it into store.
It's really good to see this in action. Before we go, Joe, where is the innovation? What's kind of next? What's exciting in this area of archival and storage and retrieval?
Well, the truth is we're always transforming, right? And lean lifts and Rotomats are particularly good at moving with businesses to ensure that they're always working with you. You'll never find that you're in a position where you've got a lean lift or a Rotomat and it's not able to adapt to your warehouse, to your sort of project. Again, they're always integrating with your system, so as you change, the machines change with you.
It's been really good to see, like I say, these systems live here at PPMA Show 2025. Joe, thank you very much indeed for joining us and have a great rest of show this week.
Cheers, thank you very much.